Home Mortgage.
I'm Phil Kuhn with Remax Results.
And today we're here with Lyle. Lyle is the owner of the Lab Warsaw.
So Lyle, how many years have you been with the lab, and what was your idea behind the lab? Why'd you create it?
So it's been about 5.5 years full-time. There's a year and a half that was part-time when I still had a full-time job. Actually kind of funny, I dropped my phone and broke it. That's how I started the lab. I looked it up and go, oh, I can fix this, because I called around to get it fixed. And growing up fixing all our own stuff, growing up on a farm, and my first instinct was to see if I could fix it. I've always wanted to have something, a business, and I never knew. I tried a lot of different things through my 20s and early 30s. And then this, I found I really liked it because it challenged me every day with the software and the hardware, and just it's a very challenging business to be in.
Obviously here you fix technology, phones. What else do you fix? Is it just phones, or does it branch beyond that?
Yeah, so it's actually COVID kind of made us do things that we didn't offer, just because we built a trusted network of people, and then they came in and said, hey, we know you don't do this, like computer repair and stuff like that, but we know you can, and we don't want anybody else to do it because we trust you and we've had other experiences. So now, I mean, we self-use phones, we certified phones. We do a lot of data recovery and data transfer for broken stuff or stuff that is corrupt or whatever that is. And then we do tablets, microsoldering, computer repair. And really, we've done a lot of like board level stuff in the microsoldering world. And just to think of it, like at home, you know, you think of any device you have at home usually has a board in it now, right? So that's a huge market that we're really excited to really get into more and offer more and get really trained a lot more on those. So,
Lyle, I want to ask you about the community. You said that you are not somebody who's from Warsaw, right?
correct.
So how has Warsaw treated you? What is your favorite thing about this community?
Community is huge. I think unless you're in a big city, community is essential for a small business. Otherwise, with the ups and downs of economic or whatever that is, community is what really keeps you going and supports you during those times where it's a little bit harder. So.
All right. So you mentioned a little bit about where you grew up. Tell us a little bit more about yourself. What drives you every day? What brings you to work? What makes you want to serve the people of this community?
Mm-hmm. So I grew up Amish. So that, for anybody that doesn't know, that means that I have only an 8th grade education. I have no other formal education. And growing up that way, you learn a lot of life skills. I feel like a lot more than some other ways of growing up. In my working adult life, I basically did a lot of RV work, a lot of physical work and jobs like that. And I was actually, when I started the lab, I was a metal fabricating in my uncle's shop, fabricating dust collection systems and stuff like that. So I was welding and all that, right? So completely different than technology. So when I started the lab, I knew nothing really of technology. But I knew that I found out that I really like tearing stuff down and repairing it and stuff like that. So using my hands, but also my mind to like solve those issues. Because in the factory and stuff like that, every couple of years I would get bored and I would just move to the next one because it would just, I could do it in my sleep. So it's something that challenges me. So the thing that gets me up every day is that. There's never a day now that I get up and go, oh, I gotta drag myself to work. Like, that doesn't happen anymore. And I think that is huge. And that's where I know, like, I'm really happy with what I'm doing.
Final question from me. Mm-hmm. What has got you just over the moon excited about the lab that you got coming up? You got anything you want to share that you got coming up that you're excited about?
Yeah, there's the one thing in particular, and I haven't talked about it much on the social or as far as the internet yet, but we are having a mobile unit, so it's going to be the Lab Mobile. Coming about, and it won't be necessarily for Warsaw because that would be taken away from our business here, but mainly it's the whole idea of it is to try to go where people are at while they're doing things, like at work or shopping or stuff like that, because the biggest thing, especially with COVID, that has really pronounced it is people, when there's convenience, when they can, when we can repair their phones while they're doing other stuff, and we can do it where they're at. that is huge rather than them having to come in, drive, go through the traffic. Oh, I get off at 5, we close at 5, and 2 nights we're open till 7 or whatever that is. Now we can go to your work and you can just bring it out to us and us do that. I mean, it helps the community, right? We have more jobs for people, and then, you know, you just save people so much time and not driving around and trying to find a parking spot in downtown, which, you know, in small towns, that's a thing, so.
That is a great idea.
So, yeah.
Really good idea.
Yeah, thanks.
Finally, how do people find you?
So it's just thelabrepair.com is our website, and anything on social is The Lab Repair. You can find us. As far as physical location right now, we're downtown Warsaw, right across from Matt Anthony's, which most people know. If you don't know, it is half a block from the courthouse, basically. But it's 120 East Center Street. But yeah, on Facebook and all the socials, it's The Lab Repair.
I am Joe Bowles with Full Mark Home Mortgage.
I'm Phil Kuhn with Remax Results.
Lyle Schrock with The Lab.
And this is Full Mark Home Mortgage TV. Catch you next time.